Hello guys, today we are breaking down the differences between Khal Drogo in George R.R. Martin's A Song of Ice and Fire books and the HBO Game of Thrones series. Khal Drogo is not just some side character. He is the catalyst that turns Daenerys from a scared exile into a force of nature. However, the way he is portrayed shifts between the two versions, sometimes subtly, sometimes in ways that change the whole vibe of his story and his bond with Dany. I will walk you through it all, pulling from the source material to keep things accurate, comparing scenes side by side so you can see how the books build depth while the show amps up the drama for the screen. Let us jump in without wasting time. First, let us talk about looks, because Drogo's appearance sets the tone for who he is as this ultimate Dothraki warlord. In the books, starting with A Game of Thrones, Martin describes him as this graceful giant, over 6 feet tall, with copper-toned skin that shines like polished metal, almond-shaped eyes as black as onyx, and a thick black mustache drooping down without a hint of beard. His hair is his crown. It is a massive braid swinging down to his thighs, scented with oils and loaded with tiny silver and gold bells that jingle with every move. Those bells are not just decoration. They are a Dothraki thing, added after each win in battle, and since Drogo has never lost, his braid has never been cut. It is a walking trophy case that screams invincibility. He is bare-chested to show off his muscles, wears horsehide pants, a painted vest that is often old and faded like he does not care about flash, and a belt heavy with gold, silver, and bronze medallions. He moves like a panther, all fluid power, and Dany thinks his face looks hard and cruel at first glance. Now switch to the show, where Jason Momoa brings him to life in Season 1, and things get tweaked for television. Momoa's Drogo keeps the towering build, the copper skin, the long hair down past his waist, and those intense dark eyes, but no bells in sight. The producers ditched them because the constant tinkling would have been annoying during filming and might have made scenes feel less serious. Instead of just a mustache, he rocks a full beard, giving him this rugged, almost pirate-like edge that fits Momoa's Hawaiian roots and adds to the exotic warrior vibe. It is not in the books, but it works on screen, making him look even more imposing. The show keeps his outfit similar. He is bare-chested, wears leather pants, and has that heavy belt. But overall, Book Drogo feels more culturally precise, tied to Dothraki traditions, while show Drogo is streamlined for visual punch and actor charisma. Moving to his backstory, the books give us more crumbs about where Drogo came from, fleshing him out as a product of this harsh nomadic life. He is born around 267 after Aegon's conquest to Khal Drogo, another Dothraki leader, right in the middle of the endless grasslands they call the Dothraki Sea. As a kid, or khalasar as they say, he faces real danger early. Sellswords, those mercenary thugs, try to kill him, but one of his future bloodriders, Koholo, saves his life. That kind of loyalty sticks. Bloodriders are like sworn brothers who protect the Khal till death. When Drogo hits manhood, probably in his early teens, his dad hands him a whip as a sign he is ready to command. He rises fast, taking over after Barbo dies. That likely happens in battle, since Khals do not go quietly. And he builds his khalasar into the biggest around, 40,000 warriors strong. He is undefeated, raiding places like Lazarine villages and old Sarnori ruins, collecting tribute from scared cities. He even owns a wooden hall in V's Dothraki, their holy city, and a fancy 9-towered mansion in Pentos, bribes from the Magisters to keep him from sacking the place. By 30, he is the top dog, known as the Great Rider for his horse skills, and fighting with an arak whip or dragonbone bow. The show skimps on all that. We meet Drogo as this fully formed legend in Season 1, young for leading such a massive group. They mention 40,000 screamers too, but there is no dad named, no childhood saves, no specific raids in his past. It is all implied through his presence and the fear he inspires. Momoa auditioned with a haka, that intense Marry dance, which nailed the fierce energy, but the show focuses on his current power rather than how he got there. This makes Book Drogo feel like a man shaped by years of grit, while show Drogo is more of an instant icon, mysterious and larger than life from the jump. Personality-wise, that is where some of the biggest shifts happen, especially in how he treats people and shows his layers. In the books, Drogo is a mix of savage warrior and unexpected softy. He is ruthless on the battlefield. Think genocide, slavery, rape as part of raids, but with Dany he reveals tenderness. He understands consent, calls her moon of my life, and picks up bits of the common tongue with a thick accent like he is trying to bridge their worlds. He is protective, spitting on pain when he is hurt, but he listens to her, even when she challenges Dothraki norms like stopping rapes during a sack. Martin writes him as honorable in his way. He rewards loyalty, like giving horses to Jorah for saving Dany, and he has got this quiet grace despite the brutality. He is not chatty, but when he speaks, it is with purpose, and he grows to respect Dany's fire. In the show, Drogo comes off more one note at first. He is brutal, silent, almost animalistic. He barely speaks common. It is all Dothraki subtitles, making him seem distant and intimidating. Momoa's performance adds charisma, but the gentleness is dialed back, especially early on. He is still protective, going full rage mode after the assassination attempt on Dany, but the show leans into his savagery more, like in fights where he rips out tongues. He appreciates courage and honors loyalty, same as the books, but the stoic vibe makes him feel less humanized. Over time, as Dany wins him over, we see hints of warmth, but it is not as layered as in the novels. Think about it. Book Drogo is like a storm with a calm eye for his wife, while show Drogo is the storm that slowly lets her in. The heart of the differences is in his relationship with Daenerys, starting with that infamous wedding. Ages matter here. In the books, Dany is just 13 when she is married off by her brother Viserys to Drogo, who is about 30, in a deal for his army to conquer Westeros. It is 297 after Aegon's conquest, outside Pentos with the whole khalasar feasting, fights breaking out, people hooking up in the open. That is classic Dothraki chaos. Drogo gifts her a silver mare that matches her hair, and his bloodriders give her weapons she passes to him. But the consummation, they ride off alone and Drogo is patient. Dany is terrified, but he touches her gently, keeps saying no like he is asking if she is okay, and waits until she says yes and starts things herself. It is still an arranged marriage with a huge power gap, but Martin shows it from Dany's view, with her finding some comfort in his care. The show ages Dany up to 16 or 17 for obvious reasons, keeping Drogo around the same apparent age. The wedding is similar. There is the feast, gifts, silver horse, but the night turns dark. Drogo does not wait. He strips her while she is crying and it plays out as non-consensual, straight-up traumatic. No gentle touches, no consent check. It is rough, emphasizing her as a victim. This changes everything. In the books, it sets up a foundation of respect, while the show makes her empowerment feel like overcoming assault. Fans debate this a lot. Martin even said the show version strayed from his intent. As the marriage goes on, more contrasts pop up. In the books, after the wedding, the khalasar heads east to V's Dothraki, and Drogo is distant during the day, focused on leading, but visits her tent at night for quick, rough sessions that leave Dany sore and miserable. She is exhausted from riding, feeling like a doll, but she has this intense dragon dream that hardens her resolve. With help from her handmaids, Jiqui, Irri, and Dory, who teaches her bedroom tricks from her time in a Lysine pleasure house, Dany flips the script. One night under the stars, she takes charge, riding him in the Dothraki style, and it blows Drogo away. Their dynamic shifts. He starts seeing her strength, they talk more as he learns her language, and he calls her his moon while she dubs him sun and stars. When she is pregnant, he is overjoyed, sure it is a boy. The show captures the early struggle, with Dany crying after nights with him, but it drags out the trauma more. Dory still gives tips, and Dany asserts herself similarly, leading to that outdoor moment where their bond clicks. But because of the wedding night change, her growth feels more like reclaiming power from pain. Pregnancy is the same. Drogo is thrilled, but the show keeps him quieter, relying on Momoa's eyes and grunts to show affection rather than words. It is effective television, but the books make their love feel more earned through communication and mutual growth. Key events highlight more tweaks. Take Viserys' death. In both, he is drunk in V's Dothraki, breaks the no-blood rule by drawing a sword, threatens Dany and the baby. Drogo melts gold and pours it over his head, saying a crown for Cart King in the books. It is similar in the show, but the books tie it to the Dosh Karleen ritual where Dany eats a raw stallion heart, and they proclaim baby Rhaego the stallion who mounts the world. The show hits the prophecy but glosses over some cultural depth. Then the assassination attempt. Robert's poisoned wine in the market, stopped by Jorah. In the books, Drogo's furious speech is epic. He vows to ride west, cross the poison water, kill men in iron suits, tear down stone houses, all for Dany and their son. He gifts horses to Jorah and Jogo. Show version is close, but books emphasize how this shatters Dothraki taboos against the sea. The raid is where things diverge big time. In the books, Drogo attacks Lazarine towns to fund ships, defeats Khal Drogo, but gets hit bad. An arrow goes through his arm and a slash removes his left nipple by a bloodrider. He kills them anyway, but the wound is gruesome. Dany stops some rapes, claiming women as her slaves for protection, pissing off guys like Maego, but no direct fight with him. In the television series, the raid begins, and Daenerys intervenes to halt some of the rapes that are taking place during the attack. Maego openly defies Drogo's authority in front of the khalasar. In response, Drogo sets aside his weapons, allows Maego to inflict a cut on his chest, and then proceeds to kill Maego using only his bare hands by tearing out Maego's tongue. It is a badass scene, but not in the books. There, Maego survives and becomes a Khal later. The end is mostly aligned, but details matter. The wound festers. Dany begs Mirri Maz-Duur, the captured healer, to treat it. Drogo falls from his horse. That is a huge disgrace for a Khal's leadership. Blood magic ritual sacrifices his stallion, but Mirri betrays them for revenge on her village. Baby Rhaego is born dead, monstrous in the books. He is scaled, winged, full of worms. Drogo is catatonic. In the books, Dany bathes him, tries to wake him with intimacy, then smothers him gently, whispering memories. Pyre, eggs around him, Mirri burned alive. Dany walks in, sees Drogo's spirit ride a smoky stallion to the stars. Show, similar ritual, stillborn baby, less graphic, smothering Pyre, but no spirit vision. Focus is Dany emerging with dragons. Books make his death more poignant, with Dany reflecting on him in later volumes. like dreaming of flying dragons together in a clash of kings, insisting on wound care in a storm of swords to avoid his fate, wearing his hrakar pelt, a white lion he hunted, in a dance with dragons. Show has allusions in Season 2's House of the Undying, where she sees him with Rhaego, and later references, like telling Sansa he is the first man she trusted. These changes ripple out. Book Drogo's deeper layers make Dany's loss hit harder, fueling her as a widow queen. Show Drogo's intensity fits the fast-paced drama, but simplifies the culture and romance. In the end, both versions make him unforgettable, but the books give that extra humanity. What do you think? Does the show's edge work better, or do you want the book's nuance? Let me know in the comments section below. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more. Thanks for hanging out, and see you in my next video.